working on a few things, doing some behind the scenes work, which we normally don't do here on Over the Line. We usually have a very structured program that we put together, but we're working on some new Angry Shakespeare.
Yep.
We are also going to we're going to take a ride in a Tesla. We're going to go down to O'Sherry's, and we're going to video it. So for the first time, people are going to get like a behind-the-scenes look in not this video, but an upcoming video. Let me trade pens with you. Can I do that?
Oh, but this one is...
Well, I've been constantly putting that one in my mouth, and I hate for you to...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did not. I flushed and did not wash my hands. So
Okay. Well,
I won't put that in your mouth.
Let me just wipe it off here.
Okay, here we go.
You are working on an Angry Shakespeare right now.
Mm-hmm. You'd like me to read a little bit of it for you?
Sure.
No.
No. What's the name of it?
No.
What's the name?
I don't even think I can say that.
What's the name?
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Beep ain't beep, but hoes and tricks.
Well, you can say the B word.
Okay.
You can say it all.
Bitches ain't feces, but hoes and tricks.
Okay.
Yeah. We got some good ones here. We're going to be shooting several of them today. Let's say we got Party Up by DMX. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
And then African Americans got me screwed up. And the wrong African American to screw with.
Okay.
Wit. So there's some classic. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. Back to Screw Back.
Back to Screw Back.
Yes.
Oh, back to F back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Fascinating.
Got
Good
a lot
stuff.
of bleeps in these.
Can't wait. This will actually be my first time being here for a recording of Angry Shakespeare. Usually I'm not here for it.
You know, I've been going back and forth. I don't know if I'm going to make you go just downstairs and watch some TV or something, or go in another room, because the beauty of it
Seeing it for the first
is
time.
seeing it for the first time.
Well,
You gotta
maybe
think about that.
Maybe we do our Tesla ride first and get you drunk at O'Sherry, and then have you come back and do Angry Shakespeare.
Oh God!
And then I'll just leave.
Oh great, yeah, thanks. Then I
I'll
can
just
join
leave you with
Boomer.
Tony. Yeah.
This is either going to go really good or really bad.
Take your pick.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited. We're trying to do some new things, because at the end of the day, we have to figure out how to expand this podcast. We have to figure out how to reach new audiences, because the name of the game on the internet is you got to catch lightning in a bottle. Now, there's a lot of people that have, but there's a billion times more that haven't. Podcasts that are out there languishing, some that are kind of the middle of the road. I think about a show that I listen to all the time out of Tampa, Bubba the Love Sponge. Been listening to him forever, and y'all know we're trying to get him on the show and everything else. They started about 7 or 8 years ago, as Bubba kind of got railroaded by the Hogan sex tape and all this other drama that went on in his life. They started this thing of, hey, we need to get with the program and keep up with the times and start broadcast. They were this idea that now radio stations start putting cameras in their studio because they're trying to figure out how to stay relevant. They came up with that idea before radio stations started doing it, and so they were doing a lot of different things to just seeing if it worked. So, they were streaming on Twitch for a long time, and now they're doing the YouTube and Twitter and all the different outlets that you have, social media outlets that you're able to stream on. And they're like 7 or 8 years in, and they're pretty successful. They've created a system to where they're not really making a large amount of money off YouTube. They'll probably garner 1,000 to 2,000 people per live stream. They do a morning show, so you're talking about 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. 1,000 people, 1,500 people consistently watching the show, but then tons more watching it on the backside. They do that 5 days a week.
Right.
But where they get some of their supplemental income is they get their listeners to just send them money just periodically. And when a listener sends money, and they're sending it via Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, ways that don't have to give YouTube a cut or whoever, they'll give them a shout out, like right there on the spot. Johnny on the spot. They got this big like trucker, diesel truck horn that they'll honk, and they'll give them a shout out. And throughout the whole show, people sending money.
I like that. We could do something like that. I could do a little song.
His rule of thumb that would be good. You could do a custom song for each person that donates money. The rule of thumb for him is that if you are just now starting in the podcast game, you're so far behind you're not going to make it. Now, it almost feels like we're kind of new to it because we're just a little over a year, but that's only in this studio. We've been doing, or I've been doing, and Tony's been a big part of it as well, the Over the Line podcast since 2018.
Long time. That's 7 going on 8 years.
That's almost 8 years, and so we're looking at an evolution from where it started. Because we would have never, like, if Over the Line didn't exist, we would have never been able to put this together. Tony would have never been able to really come up with this idea if we didn't have at least a base structure, whether it was studio-wise or even content-wise.
Right.
Like, I had 6 years of practice. We had practice on the radio and everything else to kind of figure out how we wanted a podcast to look. And so I think we're in a good position. We've just got to figure out how to, like, we're on a plateau right now. We got to figure out how to get over that hump.
Yeah, I think part of the issue is we're only getting the subscribers to see the videos. It's not popping on new to all the people that have never seen us.
Right.
And it's probably due to our, like, what we used to talk about in a lot of our videos. I mean, we mentioned, Federal Reserve stuff, yada, 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 certain families. Maybe we're being, there's a lot of people that get their videos suppressed just by things they've done in the past, maybe.
Because they're conservative leaning.
Yeah, things like that. And so the ones that tend to make it tend to not go that deep into subjects like we have before.
Maybe that's our problem. Maybe like the song that you're going to be doing says, maybe we're getting all up in those guts.
Yeah.
Going too deep.
Take 2.
I don't know. We've got to figure it out, though. We got to figure out what's...
what I think what we've got's really good in terms of, because we've always talked about this, and we talked about that with when I was on the line with you, is you're so good at educating and giving details and giving information that a lot of other hosts won't give.
What about giving advice? Like, say, advice to get you to, like, scoot over this way a little bit. Get in the
Good job. He's a good leader. He
Look,
really is.
I didn't mean to do that while you were complimenting me. Please go
How about
back.
that? Is that better?
Please go back to complimenting me.
I don't know what the hell I was saying.
You were talking about how good I am at stuff.
Oh, yeah. He thinks he's good. No. But the combination of us having the idea of, okay, this stuff's heavy. Now we're going to give you something where you can catch your breath.
Right.
And have some fun. I mean, I think that is something that we just continue to drive home here, and we just have to find out what external factors we need to do.
Well, that's what made the radio show so successful. And I guess the question is does that make this podcast successful? Tony watches more podcasts that are like ours than I think you and I probably do. What do you see, Tony? Does everybody that you watch, are they just consistent every single episode, or they ever have lighthearted moments, or what?
It's pretty consistent. They all have, like, catchphrases, like Benny Johnson, what's your boy Benny? He says that at the beginning of every show, things like that.
We get a catchphrase.
But
we do.
But when I think about it, they avoid certain terms that we say a lot, like doing something to a kid or unaliving someone. There's all these terms that a lot of these people don't say. Like, they have a list, I guess, and they just get around those words, and they seem to get lots of views, and they get lots of impressions for people that have never seen their videos.
Let's get that list.
Yeah, that's true.
Folks, send us the list.
Because we have not been good at, and we know, like, saying unalive or saying, whatever one of the other ones is, like that's what we need to do, but we just never do.
Yeah, for instance, the Butters episode, when we had him on, all he did was make that comment about the news anchor that did something to himself.
Yeah.
And then we had that, caution at the beginning.
What was it, like 4 people have watched it? It's really.
I actually, because we were trying to, our settings got messed up on all of our equipment, so we had to reset them. And I was going back to look at previous episodes to see how the setup was. And when I pulled up the Butters episode, it made me click agree that I'm 18 because that video includes talk of self-harm. And I was like, well, there you go, Jim Butters.
Yeah, and think all he said was one sentence, and that's all that it took to do that
Like
whole thing.
You'd put a warning on there for him talking about why women can't wear the same underwear 2 days in a row and not, the other.
Well, but you know what? But you really think about what they're doing now with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying. Artificial intelligence is really making these calls now. We are leaving it in the hands of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's true. AI
Is
is
that going to
just
work,
calling
Tony,
it.
or will they catch you?
Well, I doubt that's one of them, but I
Probably not.
know what you're getting at.
They probably view that as a compliment. Because
Because it's not. I could say fei-fi.
Like the certain term, like when a man does something to a woman against her will, and he says the R word. Apparently, that's a no one to say, and it'll suppress videos even
well,
too.
we went down the road of doing Pig Latin, so we could say apre,
Yeah.
apre,
that's
erderme, edophile pay.
Oh my God! You're just really pushing it right here on this one podcast. You're just pushing it. See how far
AI's
you
not
can go.
AI's not gonna pick that up.
No, but they will eventually.
I don't know. I don't know what. Can we just YouTube something that says like how to grow your podcast? I mean, YouTube should have a video on that, right? How to grow your podcast viewers, audience, or whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I don't like her.
This guy here doing that. Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, keep going. Let's go with somebody that looks trustworthy.
This one?
Yeah, go with that
I
guy.
don't know.
No? Okay,
he
keep
looks
going.
A little bit like maybe an Aristay.
I
don't know.
He just called him a terrorist.
I didn't know Aristay.
Aristay. All right, keep going.
Not that guy.
Not
Mr.
that
Beast,
guy. Yeah, advice on how to go ant
She's
trade.
cute. That guy's older. He's got a beard.
This one?
That says make money podcasting. We just want to know how to grow.
Podcast growth.
Podcast
your
growth.
audience.
That's
yeah.
a young
Go with-
guy there.
This guy?
One down.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
young guys. Young guys. They
If you run a podcast and want to grow your listener base through social media, today's video is going to walk you through exactly
We need to
that.
talk like we're
Now,
English.
We've used these strategies
True.
to grow podcast channels for our clients so that they can increase their audience.
That guy's
and
got
grow
the
their
list we
business
were
in
talking
general.
about.
Yes,
I've
he
also
does.
used these in the past.
I'm
when I
telling
used
you,
to do
everybody wants to be on a
podcasts
mic,
and
has a
any
list.
podcasts that I've gone on. And on top of that, I've also partnered with Riverside for this video, who have, I believe, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of podcasts
There's his
using
paid,
their platform, and they gave me a ton of insights from what works
Riverside.
for them. So let's get into it. So the first big thing is that you need to record with video. You see, YouTube is currently the biggest.
Damn it, that's
platform
what we
people
should have been
put
doing.
podcasts on, with 38% of listeners being via YouTube. And as we all know,
1 million
YouTube
before
is
the end of the
entirely
year.
a video-based platform.
Watch
So
us
to
get a
maximize
thing
your
for
reach of both
showing
the
his
long
video.
form
Oh,
also being able to
no.
create
Step
plenty
2
of
is
clips
you
to
need to
distribute
talk.
across Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube Shorts. Then you have to film it with video. Some people have tried to use audio clips and then post those as long form on YouTube as well as clips for social media, but they barely ever perform well, and you're just better off to film with video. It's also worth noting that according to Riverside, 85% of podcasts currently record at least some of their episodes with video.
This
You don't
guy's,
wanna get left
editing it
behind
with
on this
AI.
one. So the second tip
Is
I
he?
want to give you is
Yeah,
about
because you
growing
can
on
see the
YouTube.
camera.
As we just mentioned,
It'll kind of
it's
go
the
in and
number
go
one
out.
place people
Yeah.
And
listen
these
to
things, that's
podcasts.
AI
And the best way
editing
to
that
grow
for
We
your
me.
need that
audience
as well.
here is to
Yeah, we don't
film
use
and
any
publish
AI
with
right
your
now.
long form content here, and then to clip
Artificial
it up and
intelligence.
post as shorts. You see, you can film an hour-long episode once per week. That should give you more than enough.
See how it
content
cut
to be
in
able
real
to
quick
clip
like
up
that?
And publish shorts.
Okay, pause
every
him right here.
single day. With the
So one of the only takeaway we've gotten so far that we're not doing is the YouTube Shorts. And we've discussed this.
We started doing it.
We started doing them. I was posting some, and apparently I wasn't making them public.
Yeah,
But,
I discovered that. People really started liking them then.
Yeah, so we got to start pulling that. Even if I think if we can pull, what do y'all say, 3 to 4 shorts per episode, we could keep a constant stream of shorts. I think my problem is I'm looking for that. When I look for them, I'm looking for that home run clip, that one that's really funny, and not every episode has that. And not every episode has multiple of those. So we can pull shorts from episodes. Like if you go back, John Bird, and you watch the episode, you can figure out what would be a decent short.
Right. And see, this is what I need to do. I should have been doing this. See, it's got, I know you probably can't see, but it's, I do it like, for instance, it goes, see, I've started it. So that way, because a lot of times I'll hear something, I'll go, that would be a pretty good clip. But then I'll look here over to the clock, and that's not going to tell me because I don't remember when we started. However, if I look down, I go, okay, 15 minutes and 12 seconds. Boom, got it. See, I used to do that stuff in the radio before I got fired. So, I mean, why not just do it for video?
Yeah.
Now,
we need
see,
to do
but
that.
the AI automatically finds shorts for a lot of these podcasts. I'll pull this one up real quick. This is Patrick Bet David podcast. You see all these, like, Daniel
Same
Baldwin
guy.
came on a show. Look at all these shorts.
Yeah.
Just from that one
I would
episode.
think AI could have
And
maybe made him look a little nicer. He looks rough.
He does look
right,
rough.
but they do so many shorts, all from the same episodes, and AI picks out like certain. I don't know what like it like knows what to find right away without the context or whatever topic they're on. I guess.
Maybe YouTube that then. YouTube using AI for your podcast.
Okay.
And see if it gives us any advice on that, because that would be extremely helpful if we could have something that just yanks clips out for
You want
us.
this top one?
What's it say? The new AI podcasting tool that saves hours. Yep. Let's do it.
Okay, let's see what's up with
Give me that guy. That's the Aristay guy.
Audio podcast or a video podcast, or maybe you are about to start one, what I'm about to share with you is going to save you hours of time. Because here's the thing, bring it in. Podcasting can be sneaky with exactly how many tools and things you might need to get one up and running, right? You have your recording equipment, and then your recording software, your editing software, not to mention if you're going to be doing remote interviews, you need a software for that as well. And if you're going to be adding video, that's another layer of things, right? Your video equipment, your video editing software, and then uploading all this to a host so you can distribute it.
Move it.
That's a lot.
Keep moving.
What's really cool, though, there are two tools that have recently combined forces. Actually, one acquired the other. And now, as a result of this, it's like a dream come true for podcasters because all of these different requirements are now consolidated to just this. This is the new Descript combined with Squadcast, and I'm going to show you exactly what this means and how much this helps out us podcasters so much. All right, here's a quick little video project I want to share with you and some of the most powerful things that I love about Descript. So I'm going to hit play on this, and you're going to notice something interesting in the middle. Hello, my name is Pat Flynn, ABCDEFG, and today I'm going to be talking about podcasting and Descript. All right, so the ABCD thing is weird, so I'm going to go in the transcript and delete that and hit play from the beginning and watch this. Just in an instant, it changes. Hello, my name is Pat Flynn, and today I'm going to be talking about podcasting and...
I see that a lot. A
Yes,
lot.
it edited
Yeah.
both the audio and the video with simply a change in the transcript. That's just, it continues to blow my mind. Not to mention the idea that I can just quickly put captions on this and then share it on social media. Hello, my name is Pat Flynn, and today I'm going to be talking about podcasting and Descript. And if I want to add B-roll, just simply separate this area here at the end, and I'm going to highlight that, go to View Media, and use their library of videos to add to that. Just like this. Talking about podcasting and Descript.
Okay.
Crazy. And now with
Like
Squadcast, a
that?
part of this thing, I mean, everything you need for podcasting is right here. And anything you need for remote recording, to have it in Descript, I mean, it just works. So let me show you. Now here in Descript, I can click New and hit Remote Recording. If I know that on the fly, I'm going to do remote recording, somebody's like, yeah, I'll go on now. That's the way I would go about it, just to create this Squadcast room and then be able to get right into it, right? And I can get the invite link from here and send it to my friend, and we can get on a call and record it from there. But I prefer to actually use Squadcast. And again, if you have Descript, you will get access to Squadcast. And here you can set up a new session and schedule it and have
Okay.
it send reminders out.
Stop him here. So that's kind of irrelevant because we've got our own way of bringing people on. But that's interesting how if you put your video into Squadcast, you can cut out certain parts. Now, does that work with our form of podcasting where we are trying to see more like a, Joe Rogan-esque, where it's just we don't want to edit it, but we might want to insert some things like a picture that pops up on the screen while we're still talking. You know, we do some of that ourselves
But isn't
when we're
this
playing
post?
video.
This is post. In other words, after it's been recorded.
Correct. Yeah. And so you put it in that program. It gives you a transcript, and you just go in the transcript, and if you want to put in like you had the little microphone picture that popped up while you're talking about something. I think that would, if you look at Theo Vaughn's podcast, when they're talking about stuff, they have what we call our clip monitor, where they pull stuff up on the fly like Jamie does on Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. But also when they're talking about things, when by the time the video's posted, as soon as they start talking about something, it'll pop up on the screen. It's not something that their producer's pulling up. It's something they inserted on the backside.
Yeah, and another thing is, some people will record their videos, and then if they say words like we talked about earlier, they can go in the transcript, take those words out, or mute them, so you can just do your whole video and it'll just mute those certain words.
I'm sure there's a beep you could put in there.
Here's something very important you got to think about, and this is in my wheelhouse. You're talking about what we're doing currently versus adding a good bit of time on the back end when you've got to go through all these and insert them. Now it is faster, but it's still
time consuming.
Not automatic. It's not. You're still having to go in and say, okay, we'll do this and we'll do this. And if you're talking about, let's say we go an hour and 30 minutes, you're talking about having to go.
Yeah, you might not be able to do them.
Well, I think you can tell AI what to look for. Be like, find me good. Supposedly AI can do a lot of this stuff for you, from what I've been watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just.
It takes some learning to do to use that program.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know, because normally my thing would be, yeah, I'm all about this, more professional, better. But you look at the reason I think podcast came up is because it was about content not being how slick it was. And I'm, usually that's my thing. But I'm wondering is somebody going to say, well, you know what, that video didn't come in on time or whatever, I'm not going to watch. I think once it comes down to it, it's still ultimately about the content, and I think ours is content and entertainment.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see us using it, but I don't want it to eat into a bunch of time.
Now, see, some people, they'll do a live show 5 days a week, and then they'll put out videos and shorts using AI from their live show.
Now,
that's something we need to do, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you moved this guy up, and he's back to the part that we were looking at originally.
Yeah, this says results.
Yeah, play that from there.
I can change the name of these things and go, okay, track one, let's actually rename that to Pat Flynn and go from there. It changed it throughout the whole thing. Let's do the same thing for Jason's here. Jason's, let's rename to Jason Pfeiffer. Boom. All right, now the transcript is ready, and I could actually export this if I want and put it in a PDF file or on my website. But as you'll notice that as I click through, even when Jason is talking, it's still me.
That's really a question of whether or not I should try.
Oh, he's going on with his
later
guest and doing that whole thing. Okay, yeah, that's not. Anyway, I think it's interesting. John Bird's right in the sense of it would be time consuming, but I think if you and I or the three of us or however we wanted to break it down could find a system to at least test it out.
Yeah, well, I mean, and to have the ability to do it when we feel like we need it.
Right. You
Yeah,
don't have to do it every time.
Right. I don't want it to become the focus, because the focus obviously is the content, and we're looking for a way. Do we need? Can we bring it better? To the folks.
You don't want to change the content. But for instance, if you and I are talking about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky in the White House, when I first bring that up, it would be nice to have the entire screen change to a picture of them too, and then fade back into us, and kind of just implement those things. Don't want to change the content at all.
Yeah.
Just want to add some extra flair to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, that. Yeah, I like that idea.
So I think that's a good idea.
Because that's just enhancing. That's just enhancing what we're already doing.
What was the name of that program? Can we write that down?
Descript and Squadcast. Now, Squadcast, I'm wondering, would that replace what we're currently using? Because that's what it looked like.
I don't think so. I think Squadcast is something that you record your stuff and then you put it into Squadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, there's probably an option to record with Squadcast, But I bet it's something you take your existing podcast and put it into the program and then do the editing.
Yeah, all the ones I saw, they do their video and then they take their video and put it right into that program, and that's how they do it.
I just don't want us to end up being like looking like I saw this video the other day, and it wasn't a podcast, but it was like a commercial that they made for a thrift store, and it was like this old lady and this old man. He was on the keyboards and she was singing, and it was like a train wreck. And I'm watching.
It was serious.
It was serious.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, do people view us that way? Now, this was shot before AI and the advancements of podcasting, but yeah, Tony Gump's got it right here. Look, watch this. This is what I don't want us to turn into.
Oh, no. This is comedy. This is from about 15 years ago. They made a movie, and it is unfreaking believable.
You know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Who is it?
Squads and whatchamacallit. I'll find the movie. It's incredible.
That's
it's
a movie,
so bad.
but
Yes.
it's a thrift store.
I know.
and they're singing
it's
about
like they're on tour.
It reminds me of the
Oh.
church lady kind of when they
but
did the
I'm
sing.
telling you, it is comic genius. They're still touring to this day.
Okay.
Or it reminds me of that Will Ferrell SNL when he was on the keyboard and the other girl was singing and they did their thing. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but this is the real. I mean, it's just.
God, I could have swore this was real.
See, that's the beauty of it. Everybody thought it was, but I fell in love with these guys and did a deep dive, and they got a movie.
Yeah, this is right up John Bird's alley. Watch this.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
She's talking about Limp
Let's just
Bizkit.
get a
Taste the
copyright.
honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
She got smooth
Don't get
vocals.
that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
That's right, girl.
Taste the biscuit.
That's
I
the
don't know
manager.
about
Taste the
this.
goodness of the biscuit. Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter
Are
spread.
these all like innuendos or something?
I feel like
Your
they
butter
are.
spread all on me.
I feel like this is really
I
dirty.
don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
Tell you, man.
Because when you're at KFC,
See, oh,
you
toasters
got
and
that
mousse. That's
special
right.
sauce to stir
Toaster
my
and mousse.
curiosity.
That guy's really
Give
getting
me a
into it on
Bunny's
keyboard.
Yeah, he is.
That's his
what
gig
a
right there.
deal. A big old box, it's all for me.
And there's people just in the background
You know
shopping.
I
Yeah.
take coleslaw on the side. I could tell you wanted to try the potato wedges.
There we go, the solo. It's the cringiest movie I've ever seen, and it's funny, but I mean,
Okay. So, do you know the name of the movie?
yeah, I think it's Toasters and Mousse.
You know what this reminds me of? Do you remember the guy, and maybe it was a comedy bit or maybe it was real, but it was the guy that was singing. He was like a pastor or whatever. He's like, Jesus Christ is my...
Yes.
You wanna pull that
oh
up?
my gosh, no.
Pull that up. Pull that up.
What is
Wait,
this
we can
now?
pull it up. It's on. It's going to be on YouTube already, right?
YouTube.
Yeah, well, hopefully, let's find a bleeped version.
What's it
Yeah,
name?
Let's
just
find a Henry
Jesus-
Shakespeare Raps
Just
version.
type in Jesus Christ is my. There it is. Top one.
Is my G that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
That's right there.
Are you sure?
Yeah. We'll be good.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Youth outreach program.
I got the
Rapping for
volume on.
Jesus. It's coming.
Oh no. No.
Well, I wrote this song for the Christian youth. I want to teach kids the Christian truth. If you want to reach those kids on the street, then you gotta do a rap to a hip-hop beat. So I gave my sermon an urban kick. My rhymes are fly, my beats are sick. My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, we can talk about post-production. We can fix that.
Come on, that's funny.
Should I
It
keep
is.
going?
Everybody likes it. Now keep going with it.
Life changer, miracle arranger, born to the virgin mom in a manger. Water to wine, he's a drink exchanger, and he died for your sins. I preach the word, that's my gig, and I rhyme better than Notorious Big. All the other MCs, I wish them well, but if you live in sin, you burn in hell.
Look at that pose right there.
Now I'ma pass the mic to my lovely wife. She's a fly
Oh,
MC
no.
and the light of my life. So to bust the rhyme without further ado, take it away, Mary Sue.
Jesus Christ is my nigga.
Oh, God.
He's the son of the original G. And he was sent to Earth to elucidate the way that we should be. What? Like if another MC says you're a freak, you're a lame butt rapper and your rhymes are weak. I don't get mad and I don't critique. I forgive him and turn the other cheek.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
blaspheme and I don't brag. I don't cuss. And my pants don't sag. I do exude a little Christian swag, and I'm proud to be an American.
Jesus Christ is a nigga.
Let his light shine through ya.
Okay.
What? Oh, God. Shot him in the ass.
That's what YouTube's going to ding us for, is the gun violence.
Oh,
You're
my
the one
God.
that just said it.
No.
Okay, now here's the thing. That's a perfect example, okay? You've got Toasters and Moose, right? That is satirical comedy. This is real.
You think that's real?
No, it's real.
It was a real youth outreach. I got to be honest. I think it's genius. I think it's genius on their part.
Yeah, it is from the early
Because
90s.
I will tell you, I grew up in church, and there was a thing I was a part of, and it was called Bible Drill. I think it was called Bible Drill, and essentially it was these competitions between people where they call out a particular verse, and you got to look it up real fast in your Bible. Okay. And the lady that ran that group, she was like a Sunday school teacher at the church. She put together on a cassette tape a rap album of her rapping the Bible verses and had us listen to them over and over and over. Like, she sent them home with us, and we would listen to them. And I wish I could remember that lady's name. She was the sweetest lady in the whole world. Yeah. But she would rap those verses, and they were stuck in my head for years and years and years. And just like this lady here, it sounded almost identical to her rapping.
Well, I have to tell you, that's pretty good. But it doesn't beat Mr. John from 2007 to 2010.
This Mr. John?
This Mr. John. I was, thanks to the Lord, I was a badass. I mean, I started working with video way back then. And I did I can't remember the name of the group. I'll find the video where actually I dressed sort of like an angry Shakespeare raps back then. Had a long black wig and and all that. And we performed live. I remember we did a rap. I got to get the video, but it's pretty intense. Kids were just
loving it,
jamming on it. Yeah, man. I mean, I was Beastie Boy. I was Chili Peppers. I was in their face.
Wow,
a lot of fun.
Is there a possibility of us getting any footage of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it, and hopefully by the next podcast.
You might play that on the podcast.
Yeah. And it was, so and man, I was at my best. I mean, it was, just you could remember everything about the Bible. And I went through the whole Bible.
Dang.
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Now, one thing, not to get off topic too much, but one thing with growing YouTube channels, I see a lot of people do their videos, and then when you go to watch them at the bottom, it cuts them out into the sections, and it shows you like what the topics are.
I think ours do that sometimes.
Oh, it's starting to do that now?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I know it doesn't on like Spotify and stuff. I didn't know it did it on YouTube.
Yeah, Spotify will put us into sections, and it's funny because it's like we're not telling them what to label it as. They're labeling it as their own. They'll like label Angry Shakespeare. It's Angry Shakespeare and stuff like that. It's actually kind of neat.
Yeah, they're using AI on that end for sure.
So I don't know. Point being, I like that program. I think it's good to maybe
it's definitely worth taking a look at. I'll take a look at it.
And to do just use it for little tweaks. We're not trying to change the show. We're just trying to add some flair to it.
Yeah, and the idea is to give us the most benefit but take up the least amount of time.
Right.
If that's our goal, we'll be able to,
Another thing I like, and we discussed this, is how the camera will zoom in on somebody at particular moments. Yeah. We don't have that ability to do it on the fly. We just record everything in one take and then upload it. So,
But one thing that we need to think about with our podcast, which I really like, there's a lot of switches. There's a lot of camera switches depending on who's talking.
Yeah, you don't get that with a lot of podcasts.
Yeah. So how would that affect?
Well, I mean, if you're just putting it into an AI machine, it may cause problems, but I have no idea.
I mean, it might work great Because, I mean, it's not like we're constantly going, blah, 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 you know, and you're getting dizzy and throwing
Sometimes when we get a little wild, we do. Trying to
sometimes-
keep up with who's who.
Yeah, when you have guests on and you guys like Jessica, that episode, my hand hurt after that switching the camera. Yeah.
So I don't know, but we just the point being, we need to figure out. We're at a plateau right now with this show. We need to figure out how to get over that hump. We've got 2025 coming up. It's the year
This is
of
the
Over
year.
the Line.
Yeah.
We even discussed changing the name of the show, and I don't know that we'll do that. I don't know. I mean, our audience could comment in put
In the
let us
comments,
know in the
yeah.
comments. Would you be okay? Like, would it bother you if we changed the name of this show? And I'm not saying I've got a name, but just for a lame example, the Andrew McLean podcast, or Over the Line with Andrew McLean. Change it to where it's got, because we see, and Tony pointed this out. You look at all the big guys; they've got their name in it. They've got PBD podcast, Joe Rogan Experience. Theo Vaughn's got a name, but his is this past weekend with Theo Vaughn. What's some of the other ones? The Officer Tatum.
Yeah, the Officer Tatum, Anthony Brian Logan, Benny Johnson, the Benny Johnson Show or
Yeah.
whatever.
So I don't know.
I don't think we need to mess with Over the Line, but I do like the idea of adding with Andrew McLean. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it would help with people searching. They wouldn't find other channels. They'd, search Over the Line with Andrew McLean.
Go to YouTube and just search Over the Line. We need to check on our friends that we gave subscribers to.
That's right.
Just do Over the Line, see what pulls up.
We should challenge them to a game of basketball.
Okay, so we're the second one. One of Leland's, I guess that's Leland's very first episode, is the second one on the list.
Big Lebowski. Come on. Are you kidding me? Look, we're right behind Big Lebowski.
That's pretty good. Go to change the filter to channels.
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. Let's see. Is this the one?
No, go
on the
to
line.
take off channel.
I got you.
And just click. Okay, so on the line, there's an Over the Line. Click that for that second one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Let's see what they do.
What do they got going on?
Sports, soccer.
More sports stuff.
How many subscribers do they have?
158.
Okay.
see what
158 million?
Not quite.
No content.
Yeah, there's a lot of Over the Line stuff here.
Yeah, and that's what brought it up in the first place, because Over the Line is kind of a generic name, and we need
There's
to...
even Over the Line podcast right here. That's the one?
That's the one. How many
Yep.
subscribers do they have? 41?
41. They had 26.
So I bet you, no offense to these guys, but I bet you 38 of their subscribers belong to us.
Most likely.
And they're radio listeners, and they think, man, I love Andrew McLean on the radio, but his podcast sucks. I don't want to hear him talking about sports.
Yeah, I would say something, but I can't. I'm afraid.
Why?
Okay, let me just do a hypothetical, okay? Let's say that we had a channel on Blue Lube. There's a new new video service called Blue Lube that you can.
That sounds like
that's
a
not
video
good.
service we don't want to be a part
Well,
of.
no, but I mean it's like regular videos and stuff you can post, okay? And let's say and then a bunch of other people had channels on it too, like ours. Mm-hmm. If that had happened in this imaginary world, you know what we could do, but we wouldn't. Go in and report them all. No, on Blue Lube. And in Blue Lube, we could get them all in trouble and get all their channels shut down.
We actually did get reported by somebody for, which episode was it? The Native American one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Native American.
We showed, all right, now get this, y'all. We showed a short AI video, and it was from when Trump and Elon and RFK Jr. and Mike Johnson and Trump Jr. were on Air Force One, or on Trump Force One, eating McDonald's. Everybody remembers that picture because it was funny because RFK was sitting there like,
Yeah.
And somebody took that picture and just put it in an AI machine and had them just doing these different things like pulling out guns and shooting everywhere, or like McDonald's fries pouring down just stupid stuff. But it was funny. So we played that, and then there was another channel who looks to be a conservative podcast channel. Mm-hmm. It was called something Minds, Transforming Minds or something.
Yeah.
Don't give them any PR.
And then, no, listen, we want them to. They gave us a copyright strike because those people reported that was their AI video. It was like 20 seconds long, and they reported it. And I'm like, that gave us a copyright strike. 3 copyright strikes can knock this channel out completely. So that's kind of a big deal. And now that copyright strike stays on us for another like 85 days. I emailed the guy, or I emailed the channel, but never heard back from him. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. Please, like, because he has the ability to reach out to YouTube and say, hey, I want to take my copyright strike back. I don't want him to get dinged. And hopefully, maybe he just hasn't seen it, and hopefully he does soon. Because, I mean, I didn't know that these crazy, goofy AI things just on the internet and on Twitter belong to people.
And they really shouldn't. If it should belong to anybody, it should be the developers of the software.
And the person that's in the video, I mean, Donald Trump, it's a picture of Donald Trump.
Yeah, but that's public domain. I mean, you have access to that. I mean, it's.
I'm looking to see.
So basically, if you tell AI to do a certain thing, then it becomes your property. After that, is that? What
I guess maybe if you are a monthly subscriber and it's on your subscription that you're doing, I guess maybe the rights would go to you. But what they need to do, and a lot of folks are going to this, and it works really well. And I'm going to start doing this. I think I'm going to revamp all of my my parody songs and things. You'll have someone, and it's like invisible, but you can see it. Like in the middle, it says who it's by. Mm-hmm. So you can't steal it. It's obvious when you're looking at it that it's by somebody.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, that's a great way to promote it. This guy lost out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
you lost out, dude. We're coming for you.
I'm looking to see if the guy emailed me back, but I don't think he did.
What a loser that guy is.
No, let's not say that yet.
I'm kidding.
Let's only say that if he won't take the copyright strike back.
Totally kidding.
I'm making sure. Hang on. Oh, come on, guy. Do you not check your email, bro? I don't see anything from him. Oh, well. I don't know. We can look after and see.
Yeah. We got to get ready. We're going to be going to O'Sherry's here in a Tesla, I believe.
Yes, we're going to do that. We are going to record some behind the scenes stuff for you guys, and we're going to edit it down and post it for you. It's going to be your very first behind the scenes over the line video. And hopefully we'll be able to do more of that. It's a little more relaxed. We don't have to be like behind a microphone with an agenda and trying to do whatever. We're just going to record with cell phones, piece it together, and bring you guys something a little different in our pursuit to grow this podcast.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to do.
I love it.
That is what we're trying to do. All right, do we want to, since this is a weird episode, do we want to do final words? You want to do final words?
Final words are, let's grow this podcast. How about
that? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, John Bird, final words for you.
Goodbye.
Oh!
Throw that pin. Hit it.
Until next time.